The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Right out of the gates, Lance going to the air. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. Well, these two teams, they met up way back in the season opener. And it was the Dolphins with a road victory, so they'll look for the sweep now here in Miami. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Ready?
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
And force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9.
38. Field flat.
Play action. Now it's Lance. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards to play. Lance now on 1st down. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. They go right back to him for 20 and a first. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce them.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Von Miller, he was the one getting in there, able to wreak his usual havoc. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. He'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. Throwing now is Lance. Got a man, it's Judy, complete. And he's got a 1st down as a tackle made at the Bills' 15-yard line. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Lance. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Lance. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
I love those corners who can not only cover, but don't mind getting a little physical as well. How about the coverage on that play, knocking that pass away?
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Here's Lance. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Quentin Morris, his first touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are on the board first here this afternoon. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you hit them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the 4th quarter, that's when the knockout occurs.
And it becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. He would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
Let's go now. Go check. Go check.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be 2nd down. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. On play action, they'll throw. Going deep for Diggs. He rifles one that's intercepted. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this first quarter.
Sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and you can't do it all on one throw.
Eluding and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Von Miller, now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play.
Well, certainly going to be a lot tougher adding a touchdown to that lead now since they're facing 2nd and 20+. Big-time sack to start the drive and put the opponent way back. Let's see what kind of play call they come up with here.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Lance's throw here into the hands of the receiver, Judy.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. A great play there. With touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Dolphins lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And it's now 14-0. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. Taken in at the 3. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Well, Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their 2nd drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it, and when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now.
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Max Crosby. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. On fourth down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Fielded at the 20. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And it'll be Dolphin football. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Black ultra. Ultra. Go ultra. Ready?
Here's Lance to throw it. Now he'll let it go deep right side. He's got a man complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on 3rd and medium to pick up the first. That's evidence of why you spend a high draft pick on a receiver, isn't it, Charles?
It certainly is. His ability to make plays like that, and we've seen flashes of it from him so far in his rookie season. But also, it opens things up for the rest of the offense because they have to bring their attention to him as well.
So the big play changes the complexion. Inside the 30. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's 2nd down. The Dolphins had 2-2 through the first 4 weeks of the season. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Morris. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Here we go. Here we go. Drill 3. Drill. Yellow. 6. 7.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. A great effort there with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Dolphins have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Well, just a sensational start for this offense, Charles. 3 drives, 3 passing touchdowns.
Is that like mentioning a perfect game in baseball? Or are we cool to do it here in football, partner?
No, I think you can do it here in football. I think perfect game in baseball, that's its own category.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Could not imagine a worse start for that secondary. Or let's face it, a better one for this offense. No chance they stop passing now the way that it's going. I think they're going to continue to press the ball downfield and hopefully reap the same results.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Being chased, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Khalil Mack, that is one he will remember. It's sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Under pressure, they got him again. Max Crosby able to record his 5th sack of the season. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Here's A.J. Cole now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll try and hurry the kick, gets it away, but it's not looking that great. And look at this starting field position. That'll be touchdown inside the 30-yard line.
Ready up. Field, black. Yellow, go. Set.
Now a play fake. Lance. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. A great play there. 29 yards. And the Dolphins are able to add on to their first half lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And it is 28-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. 2nd and 4. He'll look to throw.
Man open downfield is Diggs. He's got it. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Daxton Hill picks it off. And the Dolphins are going to get it back here just past the 35.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem with turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this first half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
Ready.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here.
Over the middle, complete. It's Morris. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Last play went for over 30 yards. This one not quite as big, but still over 20. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Dolphins will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And a round is on here in this first half.
So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Ready? Hey, check that. Hustle.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout as we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Bills trail here, but they will get the football first as we are back underway on EA Sports. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
The first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely. But you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
Looking to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a third time.
And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football.
Well, I think everyone who's watching was certainly hoping to see things get a little bit better for them in this half, weren't we? But it was a downright miserable first half. This carried over with an interception to begin the second half. That's a defeated offense right there, and there's still a lot of game left. I don't think that's the last turnover we're going to see today, partner.
He'll take it inside the 25.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
White, black shot.
Shotgun now for Lance. And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up 3rd down.
Not too many missteps in the red zone thus far. He was going for his 5th touchdown pass. His man couldn't shake free there, but boy, you know he's going to take another shot before this one's over.
Yeah, exactly, because you know 3 is good, 4 is excellent. You get 5, that's a whale of a game. I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Patterson's kick is good. So after 5 touchdowns offensively, hey, maybe it's time to get the kicker a little work, and he's able to connect there.
I love that empathetic side of you. You're worried about him getting some action, getting to be a part of the game. Well, he got in and got it done.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Now a deep blow there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 12 yards that time, and a Bills first down.
Well, a lot of ground left to make up, obviously. A lopsided contest, and we're already in the 3rd quarter. And they won't get it all back in one play or one drive. That's cliche, but it's true, Charles. If they can just maybe get plays like that and get a little momentum built, they can get the scoreboard a little closer.
And can you add some blinders to the cliche, meaning keep these guys from looking at the scoreboard, because that doesn't help them at all right now. Their focus needs to be on finishing every drive with points and playing mistake-free football from here on out.
Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. Looking downfield for Kelsey. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
At this point in the game, in the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They're going to look to throw.
Finds his man as John Mechie.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Looking deep downfield. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This this will wind up incomplete.
What we've seen so far in this game, they are not going to allow a big shot over the top. You can have whatever you want underneath. They'll give you that, but they're not going to let you beat them deep.
They'll set up to throw. Throw right side going to be caught by Hardman. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down. And the Dolphins' defense is able to hold. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you. This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins.
Well, on the other sideline right now, it's just absolute dejection. But, Charles, let's focus on the positive. With the lead that they've built here, they've done pretty much everything to perfection in this ball game.
They certainly have. Makes me think that their week of preparation was excellent. And they flowed into this game, and it carried over. And right now, I don't expect them to back off at all. They're playing so well, they just want to keep it going.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
The disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that, because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook, but bottom line is don't quit competing.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. A pickup of 5 that time and a 1st down.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Tariq Woolen picks it. And the Dolphins are going to take over at their own 41.
Yet another mistake after the interception there. Gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. On 2nd and 11 now. Lance. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've been excellent, 6 for 7. This is 3rd and 11.
Lance looking to throw it.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. But he wasn't really big on that. He was big on going ahead and scoring. He's kind of reincarnated right here. We're watching it in front of us.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Max Crosby, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
Part of my vocabulary isn't that great, but to me, there's only one word that fits this front 7 today, and that's dominant. 4 and 5 sacks is already rare in one game. Getting to more than 6 in one contest while winning by this many points, an absolutely astounding effort by every player involved.
The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Left lane 19. Check back. 70 Ranger.
Back to throw here. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Ready, set.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Catch is made by Hardman.
And he is going to have the Bills 1st down. And they convert in style right there. A big play on 4th and long.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches.
5 yards that time, taking it himself, and he has enough for the 1st.
Now, that was a designed run. Now, remember, if a quarterback goes feet first, he's protected. But if he dives head first, he's not. On that play, he figured the risk was worth the reward.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
The slot man in motion right.
18 rattle.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Open man here. It's the tight end, Kelsey. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Extra point right down the middle as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the fourth quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much.
And he takes us across the 15 to the 17.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Second down at 5.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
But their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a first down.
Now Lance again.
He's got a man complete.
And he's going to get this down inside the 5 before he's out of bounds.
It's a big play there for Miami. 67 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket, because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
Here's a quick throw out wide by Lance, complete.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Extra point try now for Patterson.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Taking it about the 1.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play.